Alright, here's a quick little video review of the Iron Man 3 Assemblers Interchangeable Armor System line. This is the War Machine. I want to thank Nick, you'll know him online as T16 Skyhop, who was up covering Toy Fair this weekend and got a bunch of swag, and let me have the War Machine Assembler that they were handing out. They may have had various ones, I don't know, but I got the War Machine. And like I said, for a little figure, it's kind of a neat packaging. You can kind of see the gimmick here on the back, and that the pieces are swappable between the various characters. So that's pretty much it. It's just a little swappable system. So you open it up, and all the pieces are inside. You got his back laser. Let me go ahead and pull this down just a little bit here. The missile, which is actually you have to kind of lift up and slide out. It's poked through the plastic there. Got his stuff. His arms, torso, legs for the standard War Machine, and then you got a couple armored up arms. Now here's a standard armored up arm. The other one is a missile launcher, and as you can see, just getting out of the package, it snapped. Which honestly is probably the best thing that could have happened. I know it sounds weird, but we'll get to that. But yeah, so already like not really winning me over on quality when it snaps just getting it out of the package. The arm part snapped right off the missile launcher. But again, honestly, I like it better this way, and I'll show you why. So basically how it works is you got the torso, and you can swap out, you snap them in, arms and legs. Mix and match. Like, you get the figure, you get the whole figure. So we'll go ahead and build War Machine here. Snap them together. There he is, and then, and here's where it kind of gets a little iffy, that this just kind of pegs into his back, but there's no rotational joint in it, so you just kind of have to either angle it to one side or the other. So it doesn't look quite accurate. It should be level, but now it just kind of rotates from side to side. It's not bad, but it's definitely showing the limitations of the molding of the figure. And again, the only articulation is, aside from the head is on a ball joint, which is nice, is where you plug things in. That's it. There's no knee movement. There's no elbow joints. You do have a swivel here where you plug it in at the shoulder, as well as an up and down swivel on the arm. And then you do have the front and back swivel on the legs where you plug them in. But that's it for articulation on these guys. And again, not the worst thing for such a small little figure. It'd be nice if they had more articulation. They've released some of the articulation. But that's not the flaw of the figure, I think. Now, and again, you can swap out arms. Here's his other arm that looks more armored up, if you want to plug that into the one side. This side was supposed to, again, like I said, it broke. You can plug this in the shoulder, give him an armored up arm on this side, which was supposed to have the missile launcher attached. Like this. And you can put the missile in it and launch it. And it launches pretty well. It's actually a pretty decent missile launcher for this capture hook or whatever. And it is the right size to catch another figure, just in case you're curious. At least another figure in this line. Yeah. But, however, it broke off here, and that's kind of okay because it had no articulation anyway. It was always going to be at that bent angle. You're always going to have to, if you plug the arm into the thing, it was always going to be that's all the articulation you'd get out of it. But because it snapped off, and the thing is, it's built in, there's already a handle under here for combining with other parts. You can plug it into this arm. And then, and if you had that with the arm piece attached, you just have a gun with the arm piece attached. With that arm piece broken off, now you've got a weapon he can use. And it's kind of cool. You can plug it into that arm. It plugs into either of the forearms here. So now, instead of having to attach it up at the arm, he's got a legitimate missile launcher weapon. I'm quite happy with that. I'm totally happy with standard War Machine with a missile launcher that can be attached or detached at will, regardless of whether it's an arm or not. So, like I said, it worked out well for me, but it does not bode well for the quality of plastic when it snapped with no force or pressure whatsoever, just popping it out of the plastic. It was cracked, and it may even have been cracked in package, but I didn't notice it until I was popping it out of the package itself. One of the drawbacks I feel is the connection system is just that. It's just that the kind of tuning fork type of snap together plastic. I thought maybe there'd be a button on the back that, releases the clips like so many of these blow apart figures have. There's not. It's just snap in, snap out. And with the quality of plastic being this fragile, people are going to buy these for their kids, and they're going to find a bunch of busted arms after a while, and then limbs as all these kids just rip these figures apart. And the legs are a softer rubber. Not a soft rubber, a hard rubber, kind of soft plastic to let them stretch over the little knob there on the hip. Less prone to breakage, I think, but still, the amount of force you need to get them off, kids are gonna tear these toys up. And if they were like little $4 or $5 figures, maybe parents would get away with that because like they are the 3.5 inch. Here's the 6 foot standard 6-inch figure next to it. That'd be one thing. They're asking $10 a piece for these things. I saw them at Walmart the other day, and I almost bought some. And I said, you know what? Let me wait and get the one in the mail and see how they are before I start spending money on these things. And I'm kind of glad I did. It's neat. It's nice to have a little War Machine representation from the new movie. And the sculpting on them, the detail on them is actually pretty nice. It's simplistic, but all the details there. The paint apps don't bring them out, but they're a decent looking figure. But little articulation, made up for a little bit by the gimmick, but for $10, I think you're going to be better served buying something else. Which is kind of a shame. Iron Man's been one of my favorite characters for years. So I don't want to wish ill on its toy line. But these assemblers, they're neat. If you get one on clearance or you find one cheap or they're doing a buy one, get one free sale or something, if you find them buy one, get one free, it's worth picking a couple up. $5 each, sure. $10 I just feel is incredibly overpriced for what you're getting in this. Especially since, again, I don't know how indicative it is of the whole line, but broke right out of the package. And while it was a benefit for me in this case, in that I can now give him this arm-mounted cannon, it may not be the case for something that breaks somewhere else. What if you snap this arm at the elbow, or one of the hinges, like I said, this tuning fork system of plugging these things in, I see these getting worn out very quickly. And, and then you just spent $10 on something that won't stay together. So, neat, but not worth really, don't hunt them down. I wouldn't, I don't really know if they're worth full retail price. But there it is, Iron Man Assembler's War Machine.